Is this the death of the nuclear family? The Ace family is getting a divorce. Landon McBroom posted this to her Instagram. And while I didn't really follow the Ace family, it definitely looked like an example of like a woman in love with a man who's claiming her, and it looks like she's getting all the things that she wants, right? For me, it made me think of Landon McBroom, who is Austin's brother, and Shyla, because when I was like a teenager chronically on YouTube, these two would come up and I would think, oh my goodness, like, I just want to be her. It looks like he loves her so much. Like he's claiming her. He's calling her beautiful. All of these things. Come to find out, they also broke up. Shyla accused Landon of abuse, filed for a restraining order, and says that he tries to kidnap her kid all the time. Needless to say, a lot of the examples that have formed my brain, my Gen Z 25-year-old brain, seem to be false, right? And obviously these are just two of many, many examples. We can go into, Simone Biles, we can go into Keke Palmer, we can go into a bunch of Black women who publicly are in relationships with men who don't seem to really want to make them look valued, right? So when I was younger and I was seeing women look like they're getting valued and look like, oh my goodness, like these men really love them. Like maybe it is possible. Maybe it's possible to have this nuclear family and like be a stay-at-home. And I'm not saying that it's not possible to be a stay-at-home mom, but I think that a lot of these like epithets, let me say, of like the family life, the perfect relationship life, these like YouTube channels are possibly very fickle. I am realizing now that I may have just had a crush on Shyla. And that's something I can work through later, is like my convolution of jealousy and attraction with women. Like that's a very common bisexual thing. But I definitely was like very infatuated with like her whole aesthetic. But like I know I didn't want this man who looks like he snuck onto Earth. So thinking back about it, I think sometimes, specifically when we're younger, when we're like young teens, we see these really like, and even now to be honest, we see these really beautiful women and they're in relationships with men who on the internet it appears like it's a good relationship. And then a few years later, all of a sudden, they're getting out. All this is to say, I think we've been sold such a dream fantasy of the nuclear family, like become this lovable wife, have these lovable children with your lovable husband, and everything will turn out perfectly, and no one will have any issues, we'll never get divorced, we'll be together forever. And I think more and more, because we have this access of the internet, because we have this access of being able to see what happens to the longevity of these relationships, it feels like a ruse, right? It appears to be a subterfuge. That's a word I learned today. Where did I learn it? Southern Charm. From a man that I did see on Raya, by the way. That's something else. Okay, bye.